The lights are on. How long is it going to hold them?
And it's lights out and away we go!
Not too long a stop today. Snacks gets away cleanly, it seems. It's always a little bit messy going through turn 1, 2 and 3 here at Silverstone. It seems like Callum Ultra is getting a bit of a run on. Oh, Exotic's coming back at him. He's got the inside line. Has he done enough? No, it seems like Callum Ultra's going to be holding on to that second spot. Everybody away cleanly at the minute. We've got a Renault a bit further back going very wide out of turn 4 and 5. Yellow flags being waved at the minute. I see Fresh Agent losing out on a few spots. There's some close battles happening up and down the grid at the minute. Let's show you guys what tyres our drivers are on. The top 4 on the mediums, a whole bunch behind them on the softs, which are going to be putting a huge amount of pressure on these drivers. As Nick Ant joins us all the way from Mexico, big GGs and welcome to you. Don't forget to destroy and smash the follow button. We love having you in here. Wow, look how close it is. It's an absolute train. Fresh Agent making a little bit of a move.
He had a little look at Carrot.
He had a look, didn't quite get it done, but all drivers away cleanly. That is what we love to see. Obviously, cannot be winning the race on lap 1, but you can certainly lose it. A few drivers. Oh, Blocky goes off. Blocky has gone off, was extremely wide. Has he got wing damage or a puncture? I think he must have some wing damage. We're waiting on...
It's a bit of wing damage, yeah. Storm had a little wobble, a little slide coming through Club as well. He's lost a bunch of places. Moss, Mello, Flecky are all past Storm. He's now down to 7th.
Waiting on the camera angle to change just so we can see what is happening here. He's really wide on the circuit at the moment. He's still staying with there. Yes, look at that. Wow, the end plate on the front left has gone, as well as a huge section of the right front wing. This is going to be very tough for Blocky to get round, but there's a decent amount of space. Should be okay. Abbott Gaming comes into the pits and goes onto hard tyres as well. Snacks though in the lead, starting to build a little bit of a gap, just over a second to Callum Ultra. You've got Exotic Planes 1.5 seconds behind, and then WKD Moss as well. Let's talk about Storm Twister though. All the way down in P12, massively missing out to begin with.
Yeah, I've been riding on board with him.
Look at that, yeah, 8 positions lost.
So I've been riding on board with him pretty much all the time here, and his car, well, certainly for us as spin spectator view, is lagging around quite a lot. I don't know whether he's had a couple of lag hits. They put him off on certain corners. He's had a few people go through him, as I've seen it. So yeah, some bizarre technical difficulty assisted suffering for Storm.
Okay, certainly not ideal, but you can see at the minute he's all the way down in P12. The car doesn't seem to have any damage, but he has missed out on 8 places.
Yeah, I think a lot of it, as I say, if it is lag hits, it won't do any damage, but his car basically feels like it's being hit, so he'll be flying off either on the outside or inside of corners. But yeah, luckily he hasn't got any damage, so if he can just sort of settle down into a little bit of space, play his own race, he's on a set of mediums. He's going to be out a lot longer than other people. The softs will start to go away in a few laps. We'll be able to make some progress against those in front of him, but yeah, a very unfortunate start for Mr. Twister. Flecky's facing the wrong way through Beckett's as well. That's not ideal.
Oh indeed, he's down at 5 places at the moment, going very slowly as Assassin gets past.
Yeah, he's just lost a 6th, yeah. Assassin's passed on the recovery.
Doesn't seem to be any damage though. Doesn't seem to have any damage, so he should be okay to carry on. Maybe a pit stop now for hard tyres. We know Flecky likes a bit of a different strategy. Let's stay on board. Let's see what he's going to do here. My guess is straight onto hard tyres for a little bit.
It makes sense, doesn't it? You've had a massive time loss. You might as well compound it with the only time loss you're going to have.
no bad thing to give it a whirl. Look how slow it is through the pit lane though. Let's see what he's going to go on to. There we go. As expected, the white walled hard tyres go onto his car. Storm Twister now starting to catch up with Mertzi a little bit. He's made up a place obviously with Flecky pitting. Great drive from Storm Twister on the exit there, going through Woodcut. Definitely going to start mounting a few moves on Mertzi.
This is what we were talking about in terms of that pit window. He was right behind UK Assassin, right? He is now 23, 26, 27, 28 seconds and change off of UK Assassin. So it's about a 30-second pit stop.
Storm Twister makes a mistake. He's off. Oh, he's off on the exit of Beckett's. Gets on the grass. Way too much power. And ends up going very, very wide indeed. That is really going to hamper his race progress. That is for sure. Damn. Look at these gaps though at the top here. It is so close between some of these drivers here. So many drivers like under a second. Galvatron, look at him coming in, throwing out even more bits. The guy is an absolute machine. Good to have you in here, my friend. How are things with you? Let me know you're well, my friend. Let me know you are well. MK2 Ellis.
Shout out here to the boys currently in 9 and 10, Fresh Agent and Mertzi. Having a really, really strong start to this race. They've managed to stay out of trouble on this occasion. Everything in the car is intact. And they're looking good in P9, P10.
Indeed, but we keep that a secret, don't we, Galvatron? We keep that a secret. I know your real name. I know yours. I love it. Dutchster gets... Oh, is that Ellis? Ellis went off.
Yep,
just caught the end of it. Again, that's catching some people out. Storm Twister and now Ellis at the same point. Wow, okay. That's certainly not a place on this circuit I was expecting people to be making mistakes. But, you know, so be it. We'll see how they go. But look at this gap between the top two here. Wow, Callum Ultra and Snacks. Bit of a league of their own at the minute, it's fair to say. 0.8 is the gap at the minute. DRS is wide open. But he's just not able to rein them in. Now the big question is, if this is the way it's going to stay between Snacks and Callum Ultra, who's going to blink first? Who is going to be the one that dares to come into the pit lane and make the change onto soft tyres first? So it's that battle of...
Yeah, it's a difficult one, isn't it?
How much do you do? Would you rather be Snacks or Callum Ultra in this position?
It's difficult. I mean, drivers generally come in two shapes, don't they? From racing games, you're either a leader or a chaser. I mean, I've always really been a chaser. I like having the constant reminder of where the guy is without sort of having to take my eyes off the road. And as I say, like both the undercut and the overcut are equally powerful here. It's just dependent on putting the lap time in and who gets, because you're looking at basically you need a window of 3 solid laps. You need 2 solid laps. You need a cracking in lap. You need a cracking out lap. And it's very, very hard to get 2 laps both nailed on. Whoever has the better combination of those 2 laps will come out regardless of whether they stop first or second. That's how generally close it is around here. But generally you don't really want to be in a position where you're reacting to people. Whether you're leading or following, you want to be the one in control. You want to be calling the shots. So I don't think they'll...
Looks like he's going to get...
That's right.
Oh, it's an easy overtake with the DRS. Sorry to butt in. Agent gets the DRS move done on Toad Carrot. The difference between the softs and mediums definitely on show there on the exit of turn 3. That could be very interesting for these guys on mediums. I reckon Toad Carrot will have his revenge maybe a little bit later on in the race when he's on the softs. We'll see.
Yeah, as I say, when the tyre rolls are reversed, they're bound to be on the same piece of tarmac again at some point.
That's it. That is it. Oh, they're really pushing it through Maggots and Beckett's. Toad Carrot on the slower compound, but able to just hang in the slipstream, use the DRS. I mean, he's coming back. A fresh agent here. I don't think he's got enough to make a move. No, just runs out of a racetrack. Great stuff between them two. Not the only battle that is happening though. Mellow Cover is right on the trail of Dutchter in the Haas. Now Mellow's done very well in qualifying in the past couple races, but when it's come to the race, just, you know, whether it's a silly mistake, getting wrapped up in some incidents, or just, you know, not being able to perform to the same level that he's been doing in qualifying, seems to be a little bit of a bugbear at the minute. But he's doing quite nicely. He's had a decent amount of bad luck as VXR has a little disconnect. Hopefully he can
I
think the phone rang.
Jump back in. Yeah. Hopefully he can jump in. But yeah, when it comes to Mello, he's caught a bit of a bad luck in the races. Some of it has been a little bit sort of self-inflicted in terms of where he's chosen to place his car every now and then. But yeah, no, he's having a solid race here. He's keeping out of trouble, similar to sort of Agent and Mertzy. And yeah, it's just been sensible. Hasn't done anything stupid. And just due to the nature of Silverstone, it's a cracking track. I love racing it. There's not really. Yeah, there's a couple of places that if you don't get wrong, you're going to lose time, but it's not in sort of the shed loads that you might see at other circuits.
Storm Twister on Mertzy. We're going on board. I think with the DRS, Mertzy gets on the grass out of Beckett. Storm Twister starting to make places up. He's now in the points as well. That's crucial for the constructors. He'll be more than happy with that.
Yeah, it's music to Callum Ultra's ears.
Oh, absolutely.
Ironically, just as the point that Snacks and Ultra have lapped Snacks' teammate Redding.
Wow, Redding.
What Snacks would give for that second Red Bull to get some points.
Wow. Redding is, it's safe to say, has struggled this season. It's certainly not helping the drivers. But it just goes to show those few points that every driver gets is so important. You know, it's what it does. VXR can't get back in. Not a lot I can do about that, I'm afraid.
No, you just got to keep trying, mate. I think Snacks managed it last week. Yeah, Snacks managed it last week. It is possible. This internet can do one. Yeah, second that, mate.
Blocky's starting to make up for some places as well. Gets past Danica via VXR though. The AI now losing positions. Hansen up to P14. He's on a 6-lap old medium, so he's already completed a pit stop as well. That's a surprise. Maybe he got a little
Mello's come in for a stop as well. So Mello, first one to blink inside the top 10.
Wow. Okay. It's 26 laps. So already on lap 10. So surely 16 laps. There it is, lap 10. You can see on the right hand side there is where the pit window opens. What's he going for? Mediums or hards? He goes mediums.
He's gone mediums. Yeah.
Should be a solid effort from there. Hopefully Mello can get in the points there. Redding comes into the pits as well, and goes on to softs.
So let's hope that Snacks wasn't planning to pit this lap because he won't want more pit stop issues.
He's about half a lap away, so the garage should just about be ready should he choose to. But this is where things are going to get interesting. As I said earlier, who is going to blink first? Is Snacks going to come in and put on those soft tyres, or is Callum Ultra? Now they're no doubt probably going lap 16. Do you reckon? Kind of thereabouts for the cut-off point. Maybe push it an extra lap or so. Just see what your tyre deg is like. How would you play it?
Yeah, I mean, as I said, there is a small difference between the mediums and the softs. So you've got to feel as soon as those softs start dropping off, you'd be quicker on mediums. I mean, generally, I wouldn't be pushing it this long. I'd have come in lap 9 at the latest. But yeah, it's interesting to see these guys pushing it out. They obviously feel that tyre is good enough that it's still on the correct side of that 3/10 delta. But yeah, I would have been in much earlier and around sort of lap 9. But
ooh, the AI of Kvyat holds up Callum Ultra just enough to make things interesting there. Hang on, what's happening with Moss? Moss comes into the pits. Let's see what he's going to go for. I think he's coming out on medium tyre, so he chooses to come in on lap 11. So the guys that have started on those softs now starting to come in, make their pit stops. But we're basically still in that pit stop phase from kind of lap 10 to probably lap 18, probably the latest. You would want to push those medium tyres, because then I think you can have a lot of fun on a set of softs. Really, really push it to the limit. Let's see what Assassin is doing. Zach1294, a big GG and warm welcome to you, my friend. How are you? Join us, lap 11 of this British Grand Prix. We're riding on board with UK Assassin. At the moment, that Alpha Tower is looking
let's
dirty.
see who stopped and who hasn't. So the entire top 9 are yet to stop. UK Assassin in P11 also, and the Torpedo have done it clear down in 17, but we don't care about him.
Exactly. Abbott Gaming at the bottom, 1 stop. Reading having done a 2 stop as well. Ellis and Agent into the pit lane. Okay, let's see what these guys. Flecky retires.
Flecky's out.
Flecky with a DNF on hard tyres. Oh my goodness, is this going to be a virtual safety car? For those that have just come into the pit lane, this is great news. You've got Agent.
This is massive. So for Ellis and Agent and Assassin.
Oh wow.
This is massive for them. This is basically a free pit stop at this point. Not quite completely free. Yeah, so Flecky's lost it through cops, it looks like, and he's gone off to the outside, maybe into the left-hand wall. Saw VXR do that earlier in the race. Actually, he was defending from Agent, I believe.
Right.
And basically took a chunk out of the wall. There's a little sort of metal barrier that is. That's not good.
Oh, that is really.
There's a little metal barrier that's
good.
right on the apex of cops. I wonder if Flecky's hit that as well.
Maybe.
But yeah, that's not good for Storm. That's a drive-through. He hasn't pitted yet either, so that's guaranteed 2 trips through the stops, which is exactly what you don't want to do in Silverstone.
That is less than ideal. But MK2 Ellis and Agent, 10th and 11th at the minute, with everybody ahead of them needing to box as well. I mean, Mello is the only one that has pitted.
Moss has as well.
With the time intervals, these guys that are still out and started on mediums need to get a bit of scoot in their boot. Otherwise, Mello could find himself arguably, well, maybe even, not far off leading the race. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Well, I say he's definitely behind Moss, because Moss has pitted as well.
Yes. I mean, they're going to be right up there. Storm Twister comes in.
Yeah, well, this is the thing though. Mello and Moss, they did their pit stops before that VSC.
Yeah.
The only ones who have pitted under VSC were Agent, Ellis. See, look, Ellis, you can see how much he gained from that. He's right on Mello within DRS range. So that's how much. Oh, Abbott's gone for a spin through Abbey. Oh, yeah, that's a wheel off.
Oh, dear.
Big crash for Abbott through Farm.
Oh dear, it's another VSC. Everyone slams on the brakes. Now Storm Twister has served his drive-through penalty, so now would be quite a good time. Oh ho ho ho! Oh, the mind games! Oh wow! I hope you guys saw that as well. Snacks threatened to go into the pit lane there, but pulled away at the last minute. And Ultra nearly did the same as well. That was Okay, there's a few mind games that are starting to happen out on track here. I like it. Wow, look at that follower count as well. 1749. We are one follower away from Twitch recognizing us.
So Flecky comes in the chat. It is as I thought. He lost the back end through Cops. Complete passenger into that left-hand wall on the far side. That's unfortunate for him.
Wow. Really need to get things going here. These top 5, I mean, with WKD Moss on 2-lap old mediums, I mean, it's a tall order. Let's be honest, it's a tall order and what is going to be slower tyres, but that VSE is playing into his hands massively, which could give him a very, very good result in what is his home race.
Yeah.
Did I just see Flecky leave that session? Oh dear, hopefully everything is, stays okay.
Yeah, I hope that doesn't muck it up. Yeah.
No. Hope not. God, Ultra now half a second behind Snacks. You can see it. Pit window is open for the one-stop medium to soft. Right, who is going to go first? Oh man, alive. I mean, in all honesty, I think Ultra will wait and see what Snacks does, and I think Ultra will copy him. I think that's what he's going to do. I think he's just going to outright copy him in whatever Snacks does.
Well,
we'll see.
He might not. Snacks' tyres seem to be going off. Like, he's closing massively here. The overcut might be the play for Callum Ultra here.
I mean, those extra laps, I mean, just sitting basically in the slipstream, isn't it?
If he thinks he's got the pace, box at the same time and have it out straight.
Wow, you can see they're both using their ERs massively. Both of those lights flashing at the back. Oh, this could be a very, very interesting next few laps.
Snacks on the grass through Chapel. Ultra not close enough to take advantage of that, though.
Is it enough?
Yeah, he's not close enough. He might send it here. No, sensibly leaves it too. Snacks needs to get off these tyres. Yeah.
Oh no!
Oh, he dummies him again.
He dummies him again. Oh my goodness me! I told you.
Question is though, given how much quicker Callum Ultra is at the moment, this might be a bad call from Snacks. Ultra passes him.
Well, I think, the gap now at 0.6. At the start of the last lap, it was a half a second. So he's seemingly able to just about hold it. But I think when you compare these two tyre deg percentages, Snacks is definitely going to have them worse off. Where Ultra's just been able to kind of sit in that slipstream, not really push as hard. I mean, I don't know, if I was Ultra, I'm not sure I'd want to overtake, because I wouldn't want to be the one that made the decision. Do you know what I mean? At the minute, it is down to Snacks. Yeah,
this could be a long play from Ultra. He hasn't been dropping a massive amount of time. He might have just been sort of sitting there biding his time, looking after his tyres, looking after his fuel. I mean, he hasn't looked after his ERS, because I think they're both equally low-ish.
It might be losing the battle in a bid to win the war, so to speak.
Yeah.
But he is really close here now. Oh, I mean, Ultra's really pushing those curves. Let's see what he's got.
Luckily, Snacks just snuck a few tenths going through the second part of Beckett's and through Chapel.
That is it. Obviously, the difference as well, Snacks being on the wheel, just the change of direction and stuff is...
Got a yellow in sector 1.
Oh! Snacks stays out. Ultra comes in. Okay, here we go. So we know Ultra is going to be on softs. Now, the big question is, can Snacks get round and set a decent enough in-lap
He's got no ERS
his lead? Oh,
this might be a blinder from Callum Ultra. Push him hard on the couple of laps to make him use all his ERS.
You see what he's got. We're going
give
to
him
ride
nothing
on
for the
board
in-lap
for this entire lap. We've got the Halo HUD on and live. He's using every bit that he's got, every last bit.
I think I've watched him. He's hit 0 about 3 times in this lap already.
I mean,
on this in-lap.
You got to bleed it for everything that it's got. but he doesn't need a lot. Obviously, not sure how long that pit stop was at Mercedes.
Yeah, Mercedes. My eyes are glued. Callum Ultra time to Snacks. It's coming down all the time, Blue.
Wow.
I honestly think some of these mind games, I think Snacks might have shot himself in the foot here. I think he needed to come in.
I mean, he's going to be on newer and quicker tyres in the final few laps. So even if he is in P2, he's going to have a tyre advantage in the closing few laps. Is that going to be what gets him over? Like, he's carrying on.
I don't believe this. This is mental.
This... I am. Wow. Okay.
This is mental. He's obviously pushing for a tyre advantage. That's what he wants. But there's got to be a line, isn't there? Like,
this is some very, very rogue thinking, I think, from Snacks, because the time is falling down by almost a tenth every 2 seconds. You know what I mean? It is flying by. Oh, Dutch dirt around the outside of WKD Moss.
Honestly, but I say my eyes have been glued to this delta. My eyes have been glued to this delta. It hasn't stayed at the same number for more than half a second.
It's just dropping. And with it being a 30-second pit stop, I mean...
Yeah, and you got to think, every half second...
Is he gone round again?
No, this is Cops.
Oh, this is Cops,
sorry. That's the old start finish straight. Very easy mistake to make. I'm so used to
yellow sector 2 and 3.
Yeah, it's just slow cars. It's nothing major. Snacks coming up to some traffic as well. But Snacks has got a balance.
Oh no, we got a spinner!
Oh,
that's Storm Twister.
Safety car.
Oh my goodness!
Failed Snacks.
Oh my goodness me! Has this paid off for Snacks? Just needs to hang on to the Delta. Oh my goodness
he's got
me!
away with that one. I can't believe that.
Wow.
Lucky boy.
And of all the people to cause it, it's Callum Ultra's teammate.
It's Ultra's teammate. Yep.
Snacks had to go extra because Redding was in the pits. Oh, yeah, you see Redding on brand new softs. It's a solid stop. Oh my goodness me, and Ultra is going to be
he's under
behind
Delta.
Snacks.
He's coming through club. He'll be... well, you know what? Even under Delta, this might be close.
No, I think Snacks will have it.
No, it is.
Snacks is going to have it.
But that shows you, though, look, he's only just made it.
And that's under
Ultra being under safety car Delta. Ultra would have been 4 or 5 seconds down the road.
Wow. I mean, that tyre advantage, though, it would have made an incredible final few laps of this race. But the safety car caused, of all people, Callum Ultra's teammate. I mean, unbelievable. I think UK Assassin gets a drive-through for speeding under the Delta. Ultra comes into the chat, gives it a bit of bruh. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable scenes.
In the space of 2 laps, we've seen the win swing from Snacks to Ultra and back to Snacks again. And don't forget, this brings Exotic and Dutch back into play as well.
Well, that's it.
Dutch is going to have the second Mercedes of Storm in the mix around here as well. So I think Exotic's got Redding in front of him as well. So it's not a complete clear run.
Yes, we saw that first time, Snacks.
We did see that, Snacks, but he also pitted. You left it out far too long before that. You can't get away from that fact. I have the track back up. I can see who pits when.
That is... Wow. I mean, we talk about lucky breaks and the impact that a safety car can have on the race. That has just shown
absolutely massively. But bottom line is, if you weren't farting about trying to play mind games with the guy behind you, you'd keep track on where your teammate is.
Yeah, it's important to understand those comms. So Storm Twister went wide on the exit of Beckett, causing the spin. He also gets a 5-second penalty is speeding in the pit lane and retires the car. Sergio Checo Perez becomes our 1,750th follower. That, by the laws of Twitch, puts us at 1.8k. Wow. Drama. Pure drama. And with, well, 6 laps to go. I mean, I'm imagining a safety car is going to come in this lap, but Stack's going to have the tyre advantage as well. He's burgled it, basically. It seems like neither of the front runners' teammates have helped them out, basically. Storm Twister causing the safety car. And then, oh wow, Exotics doing some interesting moves under safety car. Whew. Unreal. Yeah, it seemed some internet issues were plaguing you a bit, Storm Twister. We could see things were a little bit glitchy. You seem to have.
That would explain why you say the car looked like it was phasing in and out if he was getting screen freezes, yeah.
That is it. Not ideal. The Devilish throws out 2 gifted. You absolute animal. Dutch Dirt complains about the AI. I mean, we all know what the AI are like. We've got to keep your distance.
Yeah, it says that's told us that's Fiat. Then who was in amongst the front running cars. It wasn't Assassin, so Fiat's been a nuisance, it would appear. Gotta be
careful. Tunable Shane.
That's a shame for Dutch, because he was a massive benefactor of that safety car. It put him all the way up into P4. Unfortunately now he's got a 5-second penalty that he's got to do, which really wasn't his fault.
But with 3 lap old softs and what is going to be a 5 lap dash, Moss behind is on 9 lap old mediums. That tyre advantage is going to be enough to maybe eke that out so he holds. I mean, that's got to be his MO, basically. He's got to push it. He's got to try and build that gap up. And I think with the difference in tyres, I think it's possible. I think he can do it personally. But it's going to be flawless. 5 flawless laps to be able to get it done.
5 quality laps, isn't it?
Yes, basically it's 5 back-to-back qualifying laps. But wow, this will be the final lap under safety car conditions. I think I can say with some confidence. Let's see where Snacks chooses actually to push when he becomes the safety car. I tell you what, Shane, we're doing good. Tonight has produced some brilliant racing as Blocky now gets a time penalty, a collision with Kvyat. I mean, it's quite simple, guys. To get a time penalty under safety car conditions, I'm going to be honest, doesn't look great. Does not look great at all. Wookie guy comes in and joins us. Good to see you. Indeed, Flecky. Not your week this week. Devilish, though, throws out a sub. OJBWW and Debut69 gets the gifted subs. We love to see it. Now, pretty sure the safety car will say it's coming in, which indeed it does. So now Snacks22 becomes the de facto safety car. He will hold them back as the safety car roars off into the pit lane. I think for me, probably just after the left-hand kink of the final corner, or the penultimate corner, I should say, sounds a decent spot. Oh, he's gone a little bit earlier. That's surprising. Around about here is where I would have gone. So whilst you're accelerating, everybody is still taking the corner. Give you just a few extra tenths, but Ultra 0.6 of a second. We are back underway in this race. Lap 22 of 26. Only a handful of laps to go. A yellow flag in sector 3, now a yellow flag in sector 1.
Yeah,
not sure
Reading.
What's happening. Is it Reading?
Yeah, it's Reading getting out of the way of the whole field, yeah.
Okay, we can see Reading down in P16. Struggling a little bit this race. UK Assassin.
He's the only man a lap down. As you know, I think VXR's a lap down as well, actually. He is interval saying about 2 minutes, so yeah.
Or can Hansen make a move here on UK Assassin? No, he thinks better of it. Doesn't quite have the overspeed that he wants and needs. Maybe a few laps time. Don't forget Assassin with that time penalty though. You got Mertzi as well, who's closing in on a Blocky. He's on 18 lap old hard tyres and has a time penalty as well. So Mertzi over these next few laps, no doubt going to be hunting down Blocky in P10. Toad, Carrot, Ellis, Mellow Cover. This is an interesting little trio here. All separated by less than a second. Actually, all the way up to WKD Moss as well. Expect this to get interesting. Toad, Carrot on 3 lap old soft tyres, I should say. We're having a blinding evening at Devilish. The racing has been superb for these 23 laps so far. Let's hope the final 4 are just as good. Toad Carrot, I mean, 4 lap old softs. Ellis making a bit of a mistake. I think when DRS comes back online, oh, he's surely going to get it done here. He's got a much better exit. Still no DRS yet, relying purely on Urs at this moment. Oh, he's trying it around the outside of MK2 Ellis. Oh, that is so well done. Ellis leaves a car's width. Tunnel Shane, fantastic. Cedar Beard has grown back nicely. Indeed it has, my friend. Can't complain about that. GG's Toad Carrot. What a move. What a move.
Yep, it was really good. The interesting thing, Callum and Snacks still pretty much sort of within a half a second window. Exotic is now out of the DRS. So he's due to be the lone man in third again.
He's got a decent gap in front and behind.
Moss has broken away from Mello as well, so all he needs to focus on now is keeping the gap to Dutch.
DRS now enabled. Wow. Ultra still under a second. Has he got it in him? I'm not so sure. I mean, 0.6, Snacks on the softer tyres. All comes down to fuel, all comes down to how much Urs they've got in the bank. I mean, so much is going to go into this. Snacks pulling him all the way over to the left-hand side of the circuit. He's in trouble here.
Yep.
He's definitely in trouble.
Yeah, to be completely honest, Ultra's looked the faster over the race distance. Never really let Snacks get too far down the road. He's put the pressure on a couple of times. To Snacks' credit, he's taken it very well.
See that gap now up to 8, 9,
would have been
10,
would have been very interesting had that safety car not happened. See what we would have been looking at. You had to think that was Ultra's.
It was Ultra's to lose, I think is the way I describe it.
Yeah, I think it was his to lose, yeah. But you can't dwell on that. We can dwell on these 3 laps right here. Ultra gaining again with the DRS.
On board with Mello though, he's under a second to WKD Moss. He gets the DRS down towards Stowe. Could he be a little bit of an outside card pushing WKD Moss? Goes really wide though at Stowe. You can see him fighting some of that understeer. Yellows in sector 2 and 3. Okay, some interesting battles up and down as well. I mean, Ellis is not too far behind Toad Carrot, but I don't think he's got the tyres for it. Agent, however, P9 at the minute, solid points in that McLaren. He is 8 tenths behind Ellis, who not only is Agent on quicker tyres, but they are, what, 7 laps younger? little bit of pressure on Agent to maybe make a move up into P8. We'll see what he's got as the laps develop. Ultra now half a second. It seems to be about half a second here.
Staying around that point, isn't it?
The grip Snacks has, I think, through some of these quicker corners. It may only be 2 laps younger, but it seems to be 2/10 quicker. Oh, this is close. Wow, both of them, I am sure, are using their ERS to the absolute maximum. Snacks just needs to hang on for one more lap, but this is surely the closest that Ultra has been all race. Oh, it's going to come down to the last lap.
It's coming down to the wire, isn't it?
It really is. Oh, I mean, the drive, though, that Snacks gets out. Oh, I mean, it's just doing enough to hold him. A very, very lucky race win if Snacks does cross the line. Let's see what Mellow Cover has got. We are on to the final lap of this British GP. It has been eventful from start to finish with virtual safety cars, a full safety car as well. Most drivers completed, but 3 retirements in Flecky 321, Abbott Gaming and Storm Twister. That
Agent's close to Ellis.
He is, isn't he? He's really close, 0.2.
One saving grace for Ellis. He's got DRS off the carrot in front.
It's the only thing that is saving him, I think. That bit of DRS that he is getting is the only thing that's saving him. Maybe on the exit here. Oh, Agent understeers. Oh, Agent, no! Agent spins!
On the gravel.
Whoa, he's lighting up the rear tyres as well, and he drops out of the points. He pushed too hard.
Blocky in P9 has that 5-second penalty.
Whoa,
so as long as Mertzy and Agent stay close. Yeah, he's only about 1.5 back after that little mistake. So
back on
as long
board,
as
though,
him and Mertzy stay.
The race leader, Snacks 22, comes towards the line, wins the British Grand Prix. Callum Ultra takes P2, Exotic
cracking race,
P3, Dutch Dirt, a 5-second penalty, and drops him down into P6. Moss P4, Mellow
and
P5.
Mellow jumps in as well. Wow. Yeah,
Ellis holds on for P8. Mertzy 9th, Agent 10.
Yeah, Merchant and Agent, they both get points.
Wow. Wow, Hansen, a great drive from him. He's in P12. UK Assassin then looking to cross the line in P13. Wow. Unbelievable. Absolutely amazing, amazing drive. We've got Reading as well, fighting to come across the line. Wow. Wow. Woohoo! We wanted a good race. Certainly delivered. Wow. Driver of the day, Toad Carrot, gets the driver of the day. GG indeed. Wow. Well, that's going to make the championship very interesting. I believe as well Snacks takes the fastest lap. I think so. I think he does. A 126.384. Wow. So he's going to get the extra point as well. So he'll take home 26. Ultra will take home 18. I believe, barring there is no penalties to review and no penalty points handed out, that gives Snacks the Drivers' Championship lead by 1 point. Wow. Unbelievable. Carries it through. Ultra P2, Exotic P3. Moss, a great drive from him. He's not had the greatest couple of weeks in the car. Comes back with a P4, Mellow P5. Dutch Dirt P6, another solid points finish for him. Toad Carrot, MK2 Ellis, Mertzy and Fresh Agent finish out the points scoring positions. Wow, What a race, what a finish. AJ, try and sum it up for me.
Yeah, it was exciting, wasn't it? You looked at one point that Snacks had thrown it away.
Unbelievable.
But the safety car came to his rescue, and that's the story, man. The causer of that safety car is Ultra's teammate Storm. I mean, you can't write this stuff, can you? Really? It's incredible.
He's done the job the past couple of weeks. His Storm Twister to help his teammate out and.